Tell us when. When? Welcome back to the Podpastor, episode 28, including the commercial. This is 29, but we're back. We're excited. We have our family back. That's Gianna on the end. Jason, of course. Ethan's on today. That's him. If he moves his hair, you'll see his face. But back at it. We're a little late starting today because they are filming the Christmas play. We're excited about that. We got a lot to talk about in this episode. We're going to talk about Jason, his recovery, marriage a little bit, gun control. That's going to be the click. You want to learn about gun control or talk about it. We are. That's the real guns. There are guns. Amen. Thank the Lord for our freedom and things like that. All right. Talk a little bit about the Christmas play and then about the roller rink we made and a lot of other stuff. All right. So we're here. We're excited. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We're at the 230 subscribers. I got the hat on today. That's the merch, whole armor. You could get this hat. It's about $25 for the hat. The hoodies are $80 because they're good hoodies, and you get the logo. You can get it with the Bible verse in it or out of it. There's shirts. We're going to have the merch store up. We missed Dan today. He's in Formula One today, the race, so he's out there doing his job. He'll be back with us, I'm sure, with a lot of stories. So we're excited to get going this week. And Chris is using the Podpastor Cup. You could get all this merch, all right? And the money is to go help us get better lighting, better cameras, pay for some guests to come in, stuff like that. So let's get going. Let's roll.
Speaking of which, Jay, how much are we paying you to be on this episode?
We're going to roll that
$5 grand?
Yeah, something like that.
$5 grand. That's all. Thank you to our Patreon supporters.
We're not. Is this Patreon or YouTube right here?
We're just going to do YouTube this week.
We got to hit the intro.
Oh, yeah. Roll that intro.
Roll that in.
One today, see?
He is. I'm going to get him. We're going to pick on him.
Oh, we're back. We're back.
We're
Welcome
back
to the Podpastor, episode 87.
29.
We have a couple episodes left. What, like 3 or 4?
Yeah, we got a couple
like
special guests next week. Looking forward to them too. So the next couple of weeks, a few guests that are interesting. They got one is going to give us a story about their child committing suicide. Another is going to give us a story about their daughter being killed in a car wreck. Both sudden deaths, both terrible deaths. So we're going to learn about them and that. So we're excited to hear their testimonies. And then we got Jason and Gianna back. And so we are going to take a break soon. I think we have till Christmas, right? And then we'll break for the holiday.
Before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. We're going to do a family one on Thanksgiving Day, and then we'll take a break. But just the first season will end, all right? But thank you for subscribing and sharing. And let's take it, Chris.
Where do you want to take it first?
Let's talk to Jason and Gianna. We haven't talked to them in a while. It's good to have
Jason
them
and
back.
Gianna,
say
welcome
hello
back.
at least, guys. Say something in that mic.
Great to be back.
Hello.
You know, they are still our highest viewed episode ever.
Yeah.
I think it might have been over, or at least close to 1,000 now.
Yeah,
1,000 views on that one. Even though now on TikTok we're getting views like 13,000 every clip.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
TikTok's taking off for us, so we're doing good. But anyway,
how you guys been? How's North Carolina been?
I guess
Can't see
good. So far, so good.
Sit back so I can see. Thanks.
I
But
know she gets a little bored.
She gets bored. Gee, what's the most fun thing to do down in North Carolina?
Well, we're in Jacksonville,
Give her
North Carolina.
Yeah,
so,
you're a professional. Get in there.
There's really nothing fun to do. The funnest thing, you have to go to like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's like 2.5 hours away from us. Wilmington.
Did you say Murder Beach?
Myrtle?
Oh, Myrtle.
Myrtle Beach. Charlotte, Raleigh, but we're in Jacksonville. Nothing really fun there to do.
So how's marriage then? Must be a lot more fun than because everything else is boring.
Try to keep it fun, but
Shots were fired not from our guns
military
though.
life is really like monotonous. It's really boring.
Monotonous.
She
What a
sounds so
word.
depressed. I thought it was going to be happy. and
Wow,
exciting.
word of the day, monotonous. We're going to get a word of the day slide to put up
depressed.
next
I'm
week.
not really depressed. It's just like being here. We're around family all the time.
Yeah.
And then back there,
And
we have
Jason's
like
not
4
family.
friends. They're all deployed. So
Yeah, Jason's not your family.
I mean, yeah, we have each other always. Yeah, but you need other people. You need other people.
We have each other, always.
You have a friend in me.
No, we're
You,
just
you
kidding.
need family.
They like coming here to hang out with their best friend,
But
right?
It's going good.
Is
One-
that
one more
right?
year
Right.
left today.
Right? Right?
Jay, let's settle this once
Hey,
and
let's
for
settle
all,
this
Jay.
debate real quick right here.
Who's your favorite out of me and Ethan?
Oh my
Sit back. You guys see his face.
It just comes down to like who responds.
Oh, good one, Jay.
Somebody
All right.
with a full head of hair and glasses doesn't like to reply or anything.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I
all right.
would never. I would never.
Oh man, it hurts my feelings.
All right. Slide the
Hurts my
mic.
feelings.
Slide the mic down one more. Slide the mic to her. Give it to Gianna.
Oh no.
Jay, who's your favorite brother?
I plead the fifth. All three of them.
Oh,
All right, who's your favorite out of me and
What?
Ethan?
There's 3
Yeah,
brothers?
come
Oh,
on.
Lucas. I forgot about
Yeah,
it.
Lucas.
Who's your favorite out of me?
Forgot
and
I
I
had
Kristen?
kid.
can't choose.
You just whispered over there.
Choose.
I'm
No,
like
we
3
have very
brothers. All
different
3 of them.
relationships.
Okay, but who's your favorite
Gianna.
relationship?
Gianna.
Me and Ethan, like I feel like
They share the
we-
same curling iron and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're into beauty.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Both of them like Chick-fil-A.
Obviously, not things that I'm concerned with.
One loves Chick-fil-A eating there. The other one works there.
Beauty and health are not my forte.
When you come here, who's your best
I'm not
friend?
gonna
Who do you
yeah,
hang
you're
out
gonna
with
choose
more?
right now.
Yeah,
You're
you're
getting
gonna
off the
choose right now.
podcast.
No.
Gianna.
Okay, bye.
Just kick her off.
All right, let's get this
The
in.
world
though.
knows. We don't even have to.
Let's
get it
talk
right.
about this real quick.
The world knows.
Congratulations to Ethan. He got a job at Chick-fil-A. Yes, he did think he would find chicks there. That's why he got the job. He didn't realize he was working with chicken. But now he's... Oh, Dad, is that where all the women are? No, but now you're making chicken. So we have Sean in the room, too. The camera won't pick him up, but he's in Chick-fil-A for how long, Sean?
7 years.
7 years, a long time. But we're gonna get him on here to tell his testimony too before the season ends. You're on because we got to get your testimony.
Nobody wanted to
But
come.
anyway, let's talk about Jason recovery. We know he had ACL surgery. That was you guys were on before that injury.
Yeah.
So we did talk about it a little bit when he wasn't on. But he had surgery, ACL surgery, MCL, and now how's that going?
It's been a long process, but I guess I'm getting back to where I used to be slowly. Still not running yet, but getting pretty close.
Nice. And what's your plans now that you missed deployment? I mean, sometimes we have plans, man plans, God directs. So he did miss his deployment because of the injury. And so sometimes, how did that make you feel, Jay? Be honest with your feelings here.
Well, it was
Talk
kinda,
more closer to the mic, too, if you can.
It was kind of like, upsetting because we trained years for that, and then finally not to go, and then all my friends are there. All the friends I've been with, like, the last 3 years.
I will hysterical cry right now.
Right, because they got deployed,
Yeah.
and you don't get to be with
I'm
them.
just here sitting back on the sideline, so it was kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
But I'm just, like, ready. I got about, like, a year left on my contract, so just going to ride it out and then become a civilian.
Nice.
Not just any ordinary civilian, a civilian with the capability of murdering.
Ow,
with
bro.
his hands. I just broke my
And he was wondering why these things are broken, why we had to do them up there.
What was that?
Now it's like the devil, Mikey.
That probably just whoever's wearing headphones when you're watching this episode. I'm sorry. I apologize for that right there.
That was weird how it just popped off like that. But anyway,
He throws them against the ground. That's weird how they broke right.
He just punched me in my ear.
what?
You were over there playing with it and then punched me in my ear. I'm like, all right, it's awesome.
Punch you in your ear.
Okay.
Okay.
We're off the
Ethan.
rails today, as you
What?
can
You
see.
hit me in my ear.
We gotta
What
do
is?
something.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. So Jay, what are your thoughts on gun control?
This guy's.
Wait, we've got to
Wow, we're
introduce
jumping
it.
Right to it.
Yeah, like that's a bad introduction. When he's off the game, Christian's off.
I'm off the game. This guy broke his
Yeah.
mic and
That-
he's talking to Ethan.
Because that's live TV and that's what happens sometimes. Funny things happen. But now that Jason's in the military, we thought it would be a good day to talk about guns. He's well trained with them. The military obviously trains their soldiers. He's a Marine. And gun control is a big deal in our country. They're fighting. That's our Second Amendment. First, if you don't know and you're watching and you're young, you're like, why do we have guns? Read your Constitution. The Second Amendment gives us guns to protect us from tyranny. Or tyranny, however you like to say it. And that keeps the government from coming in and making us their slaves. Our guns are for our own freedom. Now they're passing these laws because of these mass shootings of gun control, gun control, gun control, and they push it all the time. And so we'll start with getting the panel's thoughts on gun control and what they think about it. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Background checks. They say you need to background check, have a license to carry, and then how do these things affect our country? And then we could argue and debate some things and then go from there. So we'll start with the military man. First, to explain, this is an AR-15 It's what is that? 223, and got our clips out. We're not going to tell you our guns. They're both 9mm though. And go ahead, Jay. What's your thoughts on gun control? Gianna, Jay.
Well, my thoughts on it. I think control should be more focused on criminals, like with criminal background. If you're just a normal, regular dude and you got no record at all, it shouldn't take you long to get like a license, or it shouldn't be hard for you to obtain one.
Right.
That's my view on it. But if you have a record of like violence or anything, it should be hard for you, and
Who's that?
that's my view.
Who?
Emily.
No.
She is a
had to go.
dipstick.
No, she had to go let Lucas in.
I like that. I would agree with that. I think that as long same thing. It's not about the,
Okay, that door shuts easy.
We'll wait.
Here she goes. That's our blonde. She's a brunette and a blonde at the same time. We love it, though. She said, "Wow, hey." All right.
So I agree
Gun
with that
control.
take, Jay. I think it's more about the person and not the weapon. If you take a gun out of a psycho's hands, he could still.
Well,
First of all, even if you get gun control, let's just say you do it, right? Criminals are still going to be able to get them. If they're going to get them illegally anyway, now they're getting them illegally when they're illegal anyway. So it doesn't affect anybody but the good people. The good people now
exactly.
you
You
take
got to
the
remember,
right to defend themselves.
somebody
away.
going to get a license to carry is going to fill out the forms the right way. They're going to go. They're the law-abiding citizen. A criminal is a law breaker. They're never going to get background checks. They're never going to fill out an application to get a gun. Usually how they do it is somebody gets it as a gift. They pay somebody who is legal to get the gun for them. And so it's very, very rare that a law-abiding citizen is going to take a weapon and use it the wrong way. So gun control is against the Constitution. I am 100% against it. People die by drowning. Should we ban water? You know? No. What do? You know what we do? I know you laugh. We learn how to swim, right? And then you're going to drown, or you're going to learn how to swim. And then when our kids are around the water, what do? We watch them around the water. Same thing with a gun. A gun is to protect us. It's not supposed to be used in a bad manner. And it's not the gun. We always blame the gun. They blame the gun more than the person who needs mental health, who has mental health issues and needs mental help. So I'm against gun control. There is no such thing as gun control. Gun control to me is I control my gun, and it controls who is coming at me as my enemy.
Hey, what are your thoughts on gun control?
Whatever he says.
Wow, what a great panelist.
G?
I do agree.
Even like
I
concur.
hold one gun ever, and when
He's
we're
very
here-
accurate with a shot. No, but
I don't-
okay. So as my son, I take you to a gun range. I train them to respect the gun. Even when they're not on their range, like in the room we were setting it up, we have them pointing to a wall. They're not pointing. We teach them controlling the gun. The government has no authority to step in and tell us what to do with our weapons. We are founded in the Constitution, and our guns are to protect us. The enemy's always going to have a gun, even when there's gun control. And if you look at a lot of the shootings, the mass shootings that take place, they're in gun-free zones. So the enemy knows, I'm going to go to this gun-free zone where they are not allowed to carry. They're allowed to have a weapon, and they can have a permit for it, but they're not allowed to have it on their person in that school or in that place. And that's why they go to those places. Not all the shootings have happened in them places, but a lot of them have. And that's what it's causing. So this gun is to protect me, not mainly from my militant kind of takeover, but it's to protect me from government saying, you're not, they take your guns, what are they going to take next? Right? And Kamala Harris, I'm going to put it already out there, already said, she's all for going into homes against your will and checking your weapons, right? And seeing if they're usable or good or whatever. Like, what are we talking about? So I just think they politicize every shooting for their good. Now, it's amazing. You hear a lot about a school shooting, but the Trump shooter that tried to assassinate him, you don't hear much about at all. Isn't that amazing? And yet he used the gun. Why didn't we hear gun control then? We never heard nothing because it was for their agenda. And so gun control is a Marxism. It's terrorism against its own people. And you could do your own study and go find out every place that has removed guns, crime has went up. So there's no such thing. Criminals don't abide by the law. So the laws are if they're trying to control you with laws. And yeah, okay, if you want to buy a gun, a background check is fine, but I can lie on the background check. Who's really checking the background checks? And so that's why some of these psychos have gotten guns and they're able to go and do what they got to do. But a lot of them are criminals and they just foolish people. See something, say something. I'm all for that. So if I see a strange guy, he's not acting right. I know he's got access to weapons. Man, I'm pulling him aside. You need mental help, right? We're going to get you the help you need. I don't think the gun belongs in everybody's hands. We could control that, but you should never take the gun.
Or they're trying to make you want gun control.
Yeah, that could be a setup too, right?
Because
Allow
maybe like,
these shootings to happen.
Trump can't get killed if there's no guns. Like, it's harder for him to get. What? I'm right.
Wait, say it again. I'm confused.
It's harder for Trump to die if there's no guns, is
Yeah,
what they
true.
could say.
Well, I mean,
No, it's not
I know
about what you
there's
said.
more
It's just how you were
Trump
saying it.
supporters.
Just like you were saying it,
I'm
and you
not
said it
highly
so
oppressed,
low.
and people-
You said
Oh,
it so
you make
low.
fun of-
You just said it so low, and then you like gave me a side eye, and then I couldn't keep a straight face anymore. What'd you
Why?
look
'Cause
at
I
me?
know you don't
I got
understand what I
confused on
said.
words. Now I understood. Yeah, you're right. That's a part of it. But they don't just want to assassinate Trump. They want to assassinate freedom. That's what they're really trying to assassinate. And Trump's just in the way. He's the representative. You don't have to agree with the man, but his policies love America, put America first. I think America would be better if they put God first. So they remove God. They remove guns. Now they're removing your freedom of speech. You got to be, like YouTube might even censor us for speaking this way.
Or having them on the table.
Or having them on the table. But
you guys, I have a question for Jason, and that kind of has to do with this actually. Now, because you're in the military, you have a unique insight on the election. It affects you, more than most. So, what are your thoughts on the election coming up and how that could affect the military and your life?
Well, obviously the Democratic Party, they're always for war. I feel like if she gets in, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen. Maybe a lot of stuff with Israel, China. Obviously, they're weak, and they know that it's a weak leadership. So all our enemies and adversaries, they know that it's weak leadership. They could do whatever they want. That's why Russia invaded Ukraine. Got a weak leadership. So if Trump goes back in, everybody in the military that I know, they support Trump because he got us what we needed. All the ammunition that I noticed in my time, that when we go to the ranges, we don't have certain types of ammunition because they sent it all the way over to Ukraine. We're using like hollow point rifle ammunition instead of normal ball ammunition. We don't need that for normal rifle range. We're getting wrong type of ammunition because it's all being used up. But honestly, if Trump gets in, it's easier. There's going to be more pay raises. We get paid pennies. Ethan would probably make more than me in like a couple years if he stays at Chick-fil-A. It's really the Democrats, they don't really care for us. So.
And then
a lot of people don't even care for the military in general.
Well, you brought a good point up. If you go back and look at, even if they're not Democrat, some of the presidents, I think I seen a clip. It was Bush, Clinton, Obama twice. There's a few others. If you go back, 5 presidents and 5 wars. 1 president, no wars.
Yeah, no new wars were started.
Yeah,
under
no new
Trump.
wars were started. So they love war. It kills population. It allows funding and spending to take place, which they love because the more they're spending and helping, the more it's easy to scam and take. It's just an evil government we have. Honestly, it needs prayer. They need salvation. They need a lot of.
I think that was a
but-
pretty banger question from me there. I don't know. Got
It was pretty good.
Right? Yeah, great, good.
But
Well, that'll do it for the. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching.
But that's a big deal. So gun control, as Americans, you have the right. I'm not against teaching the right thing. It should be taught. And I mean, other countries teach their kids. They make them soldiers at a young age, but to kill. We should be taught how to defend because they want our freedom, and we need to learn how to defend it. And we should never. That gun will never go and shoot up people by itself. Somebody has to
Just
take
imagine it just starts going off.
But it has to be loaded. It has to be magazined. It has to be chambered. It has to be aimed, and then somebody has to actually pull the trigger.
I have another topic actually off of guns. If you want to
go
talk
ahead.
about it, I don't know
Welcome
if you guys
to the
saw
podcast.
this. I just asked. I asked 3 amazing questions so far.
No, you're
I'm
doing good now. You're waking up.
I've been awake.
Just so you know, we're gonna get to it, but they did film the Christmas play today after church, and we start church now at 9 a.m. in the morning, so we're starting earlier, and we're going from 9 to 9:30 to class, then a 9:35 class to 10:05, then Sunday school, then the 11, then the Christmas movie shoot, then the podcast, and tonight's a hayride. So we're super slammed, but we squeeze it in the podcast for our faithful viewers. But go ahead, Chris. You're doing a good job being tired.
I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but it caught me off guard. Elon Musk had like a event, and he just unveiled his new robots that he has, and you're going to be able to buy them for $30,000, right? Which it sounds expensive, but that's like a car, right? And the robot, it can do all of your household chores. It can talk. It can move.
Get me one.
It's like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie I, Robot, but we're like getting into that territory. And he also revealed this new car that's self-driving, and while you're at work, will work for you and go deliver DoorDash and Uber and all of that while you're at work. And it's a car, and it'll just do that for you while you're driving around. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys seen it, but it looked absolutely crazy to me. The robots especially, they sound so human-like, and they move. And
Yeah, I seen some of them at the baseball games. You ever see some of them there?
That was fake. That was an ad for a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
They were actually humans.
Yeah, they were actual
humans with makeup on.
Oh. All right, so I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that. Even if you didn't see it.
I
What
mean,
are your
I do.
thoughts on
I like Elon.
robots?
I love Elon.
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the AI and robot stuff.
Mhm.
One, the robots, they take a lot of jobs away. A
Yeah.
lot of jobs are going away. Packing.
What are you
Now they're
talking
taking the
about?
mom job away.
Walmart.
Yeah, that takes a lot of jobs away. And then the AI thing, you don't know what it's going to be used for. It does a lot. You don't know who's using it. Who's
Well, what they're doing,
controlling
they'll take our video here and
Yeah.
have us saying all kind of things we
They
never
don't
even
need to do
said.
that. We do that on our own.
No, I'm saying they could do that. I've seen
Yeah.
people get in trouble already.
Joe
You can see-
Rogan, they had Joe Rogan's face doing, but I'm not talking about AI. I'm more talking about the robot thing
Yeah.
because that's crazy. I mean, if you guys got to look it up, if you're watching this right now, go look up the videos on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find them. These things, like there were robots working at the event, and people were coming up and talking to the robots. They were handing out gift bags, and it was just, it blew my mind. I didn't think that we were anywhere near that, and it looks like we're already there.
If robots make things better, we need them on the podcast.
Wow, that's a bot right there. Trying to come on our podcast, act like he cares, try to ruin it.
He sounds more robotic than the robots in Elon Musk's video.
Yeah, we must have robots on this podcast.
All right.
No, but really, it's crazy. The Bible says if a man don't work, he ought not to eat. So nobody should take the job. No one should steal our jobs. We shouldn't be shipping our jobs across the ocean. We need to get the work here. That's why the economy is the way. I mean, we could just go on and on. Politics can be boring. But anyway, yeah, so I disagree with robots. They are a scary thing, too. You just never know.
What about the Phillies?
But I don't even trust the cars. The Teslas that they drive themselves already, right? You can program them.
Yeah, but they don't really. They have like self-driving features, but this new one he has is complete. It doesn't even have a steering wheel. You can just get in and sit, and it drives you. And then
Ethan's
while
bored
you're at
with the podcast,
and then while you're at work, it'll go and deliver. While you're at work, it'll go and deliver DoorDash for you to make you side money. While you're like, I could go to Wells Fargo, and while I'm doing my job at the bank, it'll go be delivering food and all that, and then it comes and picks me up after work.
yeah, it comes and picks you up at work, and then somebody's in there like, yeah, give us your
Creepy.
money.
That's creepy.
But yeah, that is creepy, and who knows where the
And
world's
it's awesome.
going to go
It's
with
cool,
this
but
stuff.
it's creepy.
But hey, give us something. Hey, what do you want to talk about, bud? We got a few more minutes.
Let's talk about Chick-fil-A. Go ahead.
Yeah, tell us about it.
I got nothing to say about it.
What do you mean?
What do you? Oh, I like it there. Yeah, it's great.
What do you like about it?
Love it. Chicken.
Hey, can we ask you a question now that you're on the inside? Where do nuggets come from?
I'm not in the kitchen.
What do you do there?
They
then?
make them, right?
Yeah,
No, they come
obviously they
pre-made.
make them.
Sean would know.
No, they come in and all.
It's
all
fresh.
ready to go, but
Yeah.
fresh chicken,
Yeah.
and they actually bread it there. They marinate
they
it.
make
Oh wow, right there.
Fry it.
I mean,
They
I've
make
said
it
this
in
to
the
you
kitchen.
before. I worked at Chick-fil-A too.
Yeah, it's true. They make
It's
it.
frozen chicken, but it comes in like you would at the grocery store. You
All
go to
right.
the grocery store and meet
That's
down
all.
and pick up a package
Well,
of chicken. And
He wants to talk, and then when we ask him questions, he shuts down.
You asked me a question I did not know.
question now.
So, how do you like making the chicken? Like, I'm in
All right,
the-
so what do you do at Chick-fil-A? You didn't tell the camera. What do you do?
I do a lot of everything in the front.
You're freezing, getting nervous. Tell us what
I
you
do everything in the front of the building.
And what does that entail?
Cash register.
Oh, there we go.
Making drinks.
Oh, you make drinks?
Drive-through, iPad.
What's your
You just
favorite
wanna
part of the
understand
job
it.
do you like?
iPad.
Really?
One thing I always wanted to ask.
Wait,
when
what is-
somebody comes up to order and they order a number one, what do you do?
What do you mean? What do I do?
Like, what do you do?
Give them the number one.
That's crazy. You heard it here first. Inside scoop.
What does that mean?
If they want the number one, I click number one.
I like it. He's taking ownership. You want the number one, you're getting the number one.
Right. That's what I'm
So
saying.
just clicking some buttons. Why do you
I
like
have
the
no
iPad?
idea.
What is the iPad for the viewers that don't know? What does that mean? You like the
It's
iPad?
a normal iPad.
Ooh, I have a question.
Okay.
Jay,
Well, let me
what's your
answer this
favorite fast
question.
food chain?
All right.
Gianna, we never asked Gianna one question.
Cane's.
No, wait. No. Mission Barbecue.
Mission Barbecue. What's your
Ooh.
favorite fast food restaurant?
I don't like any fast food restaurant. Chick-fil-A, if I'm going to pick, and I don't count them as fast food, I'm going to say Chick-fil-A.
They don't
fast
even
food.
count themselves as fast food.
They're
My
fast
favorite
food.
fast
No,
food
they
is
don't,
pizza.
right?
And
They count themselves as a restaurant.
Well, you could say a pizza place then.
pizza place, then.
Food fast.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your favorite fast food?
Yeah, I like Chick-fil-A.
Here's a question I got.
They're not fast food. What's
This-
your favorite fast food?
They're not
place?
fast-
Chick-fil-A.
they're not-
I got a question. and
You're
this,
going to count them as fast
this kinda
food. They're
bugs
not
my
fast
mind.
food.
What bugs your mind?
all that hair. I mean, you're working at a fast food restaurant,
Oh,
dealing with food. We'll go back to Gianna to get her to talk. This poor girl hasn't talked.
Jay, what's your favorite fast food?
I don't wear
That
it.
once again,
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's. You got to raise somebody.
All right, Chris, what's yours? What's
Mine
yours?
is Chick-fil-A. I work there too,
Yeah.
so it's like they program.
What'd you
me.
get on
You got
lunch?
fired
What'd you
too,
get on
didn't
your
you, Chris? There?
lunches?
Did you get
No.
fired there?
What'd you
I
get on your
started
lunches?
working at
You were
Wells
sneaking
Fargo.
nuggets.
what?
What'd you get on your lunches?
You know how to get-
What did I get on my lunches?
Yeah.
Just like a number one.
All right, so back to the hair now.
Okay.
What do they do, Ethan, to control that from getting in nuggets, getting into drinks?
Oh yeah, do you have to wear a hairnet?
Yeah.
I don't work with the food. I just
But you
said
bag it.
Oh, okay.
I just said I do drinks.
But you bag it, right?
The girls have to put their hair.
Yeah. Whoever bags the food, which is all girls who bag the food, they wear hairnets and everything.
Is that? Do you think that's sexist? That they
No.
only let the
What
girls
is this?
bag
Is
the
this
food?
on your
because
face
there's
or
a
just hang
guy.
it down
There's
there?
a guy.
You have a hair right there. Yeah. You
Hey,
get it?
Dad, we're getting into some serious.
There's a
subject
guy.
matter.
There's a guy who works with the food sometimes, and he has to wear a hairnet or his hair up.
Wow.
What do they say when they see your hair? Do they be like,
No, they don't say nothing because I don't work with food. I work in registers.
so
or
back
with
to the
money. I
iPad.
work with
You're
money.
working with the iPad outside, that means? And
Yeah.
people are pulling up and making an order, and then you're just pushing a button on the iPad.
Yeah.
And that's why you like it.
Yeah, it's
Do you
the
play?
easiest.
Do you play games on
We
the
don't-
iPad when no one's looking?
We don't have a lot of time left, but let's ask one last question, real quick, rapid fire. Do you think we talked about it a little bit? Do you think college is a scam?
Yes, I do.
I like that one.
think college
I like
is a
that
scam.
one.
That's funny. It's
Yeah,
funny.
I think college is a scam and makes people more immature than they already are.
I think a trade school's important.
Well, I think it depends what you're going for, but for the most part,
Yeah.
you can make more money on like a trade or actually working.
You learn more.
So
on
what
the
about
job.
for like a girl
Gee,
who doesn't go to trade school?
Yeah, I agree with that. It depends on like what you're going for. Like if it's medical, like we said, or
Yeah, that's good.
lawyer, you
G-
need what you're learning. But yeah, I agree.
But
And G, let me ask you this question because we never tell them. What do you do to buy? Jason's going in. He's checking in. He's doing his rehabbing. He's doing a lot of that work. What are you doing that keeps you busy?
We were just talking.
Um,
We were just talking about something. We just switched the whole thing.
You guys have been doing it to me the whole time. It's the worst podcast, I
we've been
believe, one of the
arguing
worst
whole
episodes ever.
time.
It
you
really
guys
is.
let us know down in the comments.
Go ahead, Jay.
Nah, I'm on here. They like it.
I am a nanny, so I nanny for
She's a
a few
nanny.
military families on base.
Nice.
And I nanny out of my own home.
And,
so-
and one of the kids' names, our favorite kid, Darren. We're allowed to say his name.
yeah, it's just no last name.
Quiz.
Yeah, we're not going to say his last name, but we love Darren.
Love Darren.
Gianna works as a nanny, yeah, and she watches kids at her
Yeah.
house. But Darren is one of the cutest, like our grandkid. Honestly, he's adorable. We love him. So,
Gee, are you like Mrs. Doubtfire?
ew, no, gosh,
Hello, children.
she's a transgender. That they were shoving that on us back then, even though he was putting on a bodysuit and everything.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Robin Williams.
isn't it amazing how Hollywood pushes agendas through comedy? Because that way they get you to laugh at it. You take light at what they're really trying to push. But if you go and study Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the what? Beast? Problems. You go and study. It's true. It's bestiality. Let's talk about it. That's what they're promoting in Disney. And then you go to Mrs. Doubtfire. It's okay to cross dress. It's okay to be dressed like a woman and act like a woman. And they made it a comedy and it looked hysterical, but the real message behind it is evil. And I believe we have to be sober and be vigilant. The Bible says we're not sober to these things. And I'm guilty of it. I used to think nothing wrong with these things, watch them all the time. And they're just not of God. They're just so deadly. Their messages are so bad. Why? You agree?
Yeah.
What do you agree with? Which one? Nate, you're young. Reach out to the young community. Give us something that you watch that you know, wow, that's
what?
that's not good. It's of the devil.
TikTok.
Well, that's easy. Yeah. But we're on there.
The Podpastors are on TikTok.
It's not there once again. So the good point, eh? You agree, Chris, that social media is like a gun. Yeah. It's good, but how do you use it?
Yeah, we talked about that with Uncle Dan before.
Yeah, I don't want to rehash old stuff, but but he just said Podpastors on TikTok.
Okay, yeah, we talked about social media. It was one of our big
guy
agreed to disagree.
No, but it is. It's true because you can get a teen scrolling on TikTok watching the wrong things, and then Podpastor shows up with
Talking
thousands of views and
I also
is talking about right things. And
About time.
Oh,
I think it's there's algorithms, so I think it all depends on your algorithm. What are you liking?
Yeah.
Whatever you're liking's popping
let's go.
up. If you're liking Christian videos, they're there. But you gotta be liking them, and then they'll pop up more and more and more. So yeah, I think it's algorithm too that plays a big part.
You cooked.
That was good, G. That was good.
Great.
That was about time somebody gave some input. We've been struggling today. We miss Uncle Dan big time.
No, we don't.
I think I've been doing all right.
You don't always do good, Chris. You're always.
Chris, what is your thought about gun control? We haven't answered.
No, we passed on. It's
But he never answered.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention. You were trying to think of something to say. So, that's great. You're working at Chick-fil-A. Your job's still. What are you looking to do for life?
Huh?
Gianna said, "How did we end up back at Chick-fil-A?"
No. We're asking what he wants to. Chick-fil-A is not where he's going to be
All
the
right.
rest
So
of his
my
life.
plan is
I hope not. I mean, Sean, no offense.
We should talk about that for Jason too.
You can make it a lifetime there.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's good, G. Okay, good job.
And then we'll go back. So, all right, here we go.
So,
So
E, what do you want to do career-wise?
Right, because we talked about college.
right.
We don't always believe in college.
I
for
already know,
everything.
but what you tell the audience?
But
what do you wanna
trade
do?
school is important also, I believe. So go ahead.
So my plan is December 12th or December 10th. I turn 18.
Wow.
And
Gonna get a haircut.
hair would still be the same. But my plan is to go to New Orleans Tech for electrician on December 12th. So jump right.
So you want to
into
be
it.
an electrician?
Yeah, jump right into it.
I
Because,
like it.
there's people out there who say, I don't have a life.
Hey, how about
no
you keep the mic
career.
in front of your face?
Man, that's crazy. An electrician. Isn't that shocking?
Isn't that shocking? And then, Jay, what do you want to do after the military?
Well, right now my plan is I'm gonna start in the plumbing career.
Best
Find a job in
choice.
plumbing,
Trades.
Best choice plumbing.
He's all about that.
Plumbing's good.
Plumbing.
It's a good business.
Shout out to Best Choice.
How about you, G? What do you want to do?
I'm sticking to childcare.
Yes. Lord willing, one day we have a daycare here at our church. That's my goal.
That's my. Oh yeah. That
How
is
about
my
you,
future
Pastor?
goal. Yeah. My own
I want to retire, move to Alaska. I do. I'm like midlife must be because I'm ready.
Check out me.
But
Sean is telling me to check out Maine. I'm going to. I'm looking. I honestly, listen. I'm thinking. Look, well, the Lord, man plans, God directs. But my plan would
we should
be
have had Sean on the podcast.
move to the mountains. Sean's coming on the podcast in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks, Sean. Not next Sunday, the following. But I'm looking. Or
Yeah.
3 weeks because we have 2 more guests than you.
Next season.
No, I want to get his testimony. I want to hear his
Basically.
testimony.
Hey, guys,
His
by the
testimony is
way,
huge.
Box of tissues.
This just
Yes,
in. You heard it
yes.
from here from Pastor himself. Next season, we'll have a new pastor. Who will that be? We're taking applications, but he's going to be retired. So we need a new pastor for the podcast.
And we're adding another person
Wait.
to the podcast in season 2.
I'm not talking retiring now. I'm talking about planning. You have to have a plan. You guys are planning your future. Right?
I
What's
help
your-
people plan
What's your
retirements every
future,
day.
Chris? Banking? Where are you going? Right?
Yeah,
No,
what
don't tell
about
us. We don't
you?
care.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you got to.
No. That's a good question.
I am now contributing to a 401k through my work.
Smart.
And
All
I plan to work at the bank, but whatever God has for me.
Well, there you go.
And then I will retire, hopefully, and be able to retire when I'm in my 60s.
I also want to go for a
really-
business.
I'm really just my future plan is to land on someone's will and get some money, and because I have no retirement, which is a bad thing if you're a pastor out there. Set up a retirement fund. I've been in 10 years and I never did, so I already lost those years. I'll never gain them back. But spiritually, it doesn't matter. We have that fruit. But I do want to retire. My goal is to be in a cabin and close to fishing, close to hunting, close to town, not too far removed off the grid, but something like that. That's I
Man,
just
that's
think
And he's
like
not
you're looking
kidding.
for the
He
perfect
actually
place.
means exactly what he just said.
I watch those videos every day.
Yeah.
Prem, how long we been going? 34.
Oh, that's plenty of time. So to wrap it all up, because we've been all over the place today, but it was like not a planned thing in a way. We were like, we're going to talk gun control, some military, some
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think
You
you
see
have to
that
have
coming.
an episode like this
But
every,
we want to
every
talk.
so often.
Yeah, it's lighter, and we want to talk, Chris, about the Christmas play. Give us some updates.
Movie.
Well, it's a Christmas movie. We shot the first scene of the movie today. Let's just
no pun intended.
let's just
We shot. Is that me cracking?
I said blew it out of the water.
Yeah, I'm cracking.
let's just set the expectations now. It's not a Netflix level production, okay? The
Well, good,
audio
because
isn't
Netflix is evil. So I like that.
the audience. The audio isn't going to be the greatest. The camera, we don't have thousands of dollars, of camera equipment and all that. But we're doing our best. We're putting a lot of effort into it, and I like the story is good, right? So as long as that comes across the screen, I think that's what's important. But because it's not a high level production, and it's our first one, so we're still learning. We're going to be releasing it on YouTube as well, under the Podpastor, and it'll be free, but don't judge it too harshly. Again, first film that we're ever attempting to do. None of us have prior experience, and we don't have expensive equipment. We're kind of just doing it all homemade DIY. So, but I love the story. I think it's going to come together nice, and so be on the lookout for that in between season 1 and season 2 of the Podpastor.
All right, that's awesome. And then we're looking forward to doing a lot of guests. Like we have Mark and Michelle next week. Instead of making it a surprise, they run the flea market at Cowtown. They were church members here. They're Christians. He lost his daughter to a horrific car wreck over a year ago. So they'll be coming and talking about that and their flea marketing. And I met them at Cowtown when we were doing that. That'll be fun. We'll laugh. We'll cry. Then after that, we have Toby Whitmer. He's going to be on, and his daughter committed suicide at 27 years old. We're going to learn about suicide as a believer, things like that, how the devil gets in, and mental illness, awareness again. And then we're going to have Brother Sean, our piano player, on, who the Lord delivered from homosexuality and brought him to the family of God. So we're excited about that. And just a lot of good stuff coming. We're looking forward to it if the Lord wills and we're still here. If not, amen, we're in heaven and we're happy. But other than that, we did a roller rink in our cafeteria, and everybody thinks
Homemade roller skating rink,
Homemade-
guys. It
homemade.
turned out great.
Yeah, it did. It looks good. We do play Christian songs as we do it,
Yes,
for
I know
those wondering. But we have a good time. It's going to be a November 1st skate for our church. We're going to have a fire. We also want to do a movie night outside where we set up all the chairs with a big fire in November and have a movie night. Maybe watch War Room or God's Not Dead, something like that.
Or redeemed.
Or Redeemed. Would be great if the movie's shot by then and we could
It'll be done filming hopefully by then, but it ain't going to be done.
editing.
Yeah.
And Lily's working on that even as we speak. The camera can't see her, but if you flipped it, she's
No,
editing
she's
over there.
She has like 3 monitors up. She's just
That's my
playing
favorite daughter-in-law.
Crossy Road.
That way, our editors actually.
But anyway,
Uncle
before
Jim.
we close out, let's give Gian and Jason the last word here. Will you guys want to close out with anything, or?
They watch our podcast unfaithfully.
No, we watch it.
Yeah, they watch it. They'll watch this episode.
I guess I would just say, brag on my wife, because not a lot of people underestimate her. She's a hardworking.
A lot of them.
Takes good care of me.
Listen to that. That's what I like to
A
hear.
lot
She's
of
a hard
people.
worker.
Amen.
I have a gun pointed at him.
I knew it. It was missing. We turned. It's just gone.
No, but she's a great example what a woman should be.
Oh,
And-
that's
and a
Not lot of
very-
people, not a lot of
Wait,
people
How
give her
dare you
credit.
talk about my sister like that? She's evil.
Wait, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Good.
People don't give her credit for it, and that makes me mad a little bit. But she's a great woman. She's everything where she wants to be right now.
Oh, we get a kiss over there? I thought she was going to kiss you, Jay. There. Let's see it. Let's see it.
It's nice. It's nice to see
We
her
keep it
working.
PG.
And
Yeah.
then the kids love her.
Yeah, they do.
She's a great worker.
And then G.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, he's cool.
Ditto.
I'm gassy.
No.
Okay.
I would like to retouch on. I'm not depressed. Okay, I do love being married. Marriage is fun. We do have a good time, and we're making the most of where we're at right now in life,
Yeah.
and we only have a year left out there. So
Well, we weren't.
continue to pray for us, and
Well,
we'll be back soon.
That's good, G. But here's the
they
thing:
miss everybody together.
we weren't saying you were. We were just teasing that you were depressed,
Oh,
but we
no,
were.
I just didn't
It's good that you miss your friends, family, home, and we know what that's about. Life without friends, life without family can be tough. And but that's a good testimony by Jason. Good words said. We're excited. That means I raised you right, and that's a crown to a father. And
I like that something.
and Ethan working. I'm proud of all my kids. And Luke, we're working with him, but he's only 13.
I want to add something here. Right?
Yeah, go ahead. Add it up, and then Christian will close.
Yeah, I just want to say, same thing about Gianna. There's a lot of haters, but they can just, kiss the floor. Gianna's I like Gianna as a big sister. She calls me every day, talks to me every day. She's a really good sibling to me. Even when I'm going through a hard time, she's always there. But also Jason, he's like the best big brother I could ever ask for. I mean, he's the perfect big brother for me, and one of the biggest.
Well, Christian's a big brother.
Closest
but
brother to me.
What do you
Thanks,
mean by
Jay.
big? What do we what is our standard of big here?
I'm
Big.
just kidding.
Thanks, bud.
No, he's a kid.
And if you guys are his friend out there and you guys mess up his life, I kill him and then I'll kill you. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, here's the thing. Isn't that something? No one messes up your life. You choose.
Yeah.
You choose. You tell me who your friends are. I'll tell you what you are. So your choices of friends as a dad, I tell them I don't like a group.
That's
I'm
right.
like I'll tell them.
Speaking of
that's
which,
not-
me and Preston are no longer friends.
That's
I
not
couldn't
true
do it.
though, because even family can be fake.
Well, we know that. But here's the thing.
So
Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are.
I don't know what's going on anymore, but I
So-
love you guys. We all love
I got
you
what you're
guys.
saying.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Podpastor.
Pick friends that love Jesus.
Pick friends that love Jesus. You heard it from him first. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our Patreon. Thank you for guys for your support. Have a great rest of your week. We love you.
Second Amendment.